So for this and the next two films I review, I'm just going back to the theater and rewatching films that I already loved. So spoiler alert, I like this film a lot. This is 28 years later, directed by Danny Boyle, who did Trainspotting and Slumdog Millionaire. It is a continuation in the 28-something franchise. It started with 28 Days Later, which is directed by Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina, Warfare, Civil War, if you've seen any of those movies. There's a sequel 28 Weeks Later. It's a very different thing, written and directed by different people. This is a film that returns to the original one. It takes place 28 years after a zombie outbreak leaves an island of people quarantined where nobody else from the outside world can get in, they can't get out, and they live amongst the zombies. It's a really stunning horror film that for the first half is just pretty good. It does a lot of really exciting but also stuff that's probably challenging for regular audiences. It's shot on like 20 iPhones and they use it for these cool bullet time effects. Throughout most of the first half, they're doing this really weird shit where it's like these digital pans and zooms that kind of look amateur but are at the same time very stylized. Not enough can be said about Alfie Williams. He is the star of this film in his first ever feature. He is unbelievably terrific, but my favorite character in the film belongs to Ralph Fiennes. He plays a sort of insane doctor who lives amongst the zombies. When he is introduced in the film, it really kicks it to another level. He is the most engaging character I think I've seen in a film all year, and he is just such a fantastic presence on screen. Again, it really helps separate that first half that's pretty good from the second half, which is, I think, perfect in my opinion. In the second half of the film, it goes from being this exciting zombie film to something incredibly emotional, and both times I've seen it, I've been crying during the second half of the film. I find it so touching, and there is something so beautiful about a horror film that is willing to explore this concept of death and grief and desolation that no blockbusters are willing to do anymore. I mean, the film is so rough on its edges and it's so stylistically weird in a way that nobody tries anymore. You only see this in films like Sinners or other horror blockbusters that are willing to try something different, and that's what I love the most about this movie. It is wild and weird and scary, but also has this deeply satisfying emotional core to it that keeps me loving it whenever I'm thinking about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys sometime soon.